Hello! Hi! And welcome back to the Flowers Springtime Edition. As predicted in the previous video, I did indeed end up getting sick, and you can actually still hear a bit of it. But it's mostly just the sniffles now. It's not really that much of a big deal, but this is how we're gonna sound for a little bit. I've not played this game in a week, and I am in a bad state of, I miss the girls, miss the girls, miss the girls, I wanna give myself to water. And I guess that's like a good sign that, you know, I've been away from the game for a week and it's still on my mind. I'm still thinking about these characters, so that's usually a good sign, a good hallmark of a game, that if you have to be away from it for a while, when you come back, you're very excited to do so. But the last time we were together, we participated in the Bloody Mary ritual. We're all feeling real scared about what we did there, and then it ended up being a bit of a nothing burger. It was pretty fun. It ended up being okay. But we're still, I think, worried about the disappearances of students and people that are transferring out. So I guess we won't waste much more time sitting here and blabbing about it, and we'll show, not tell. How about that? All right. They're late. They're probably dead. Oh, they're probably not dead.
きっと顔を合わせづらいから佐々木さんたちの部屋の方に行っているんじゃない?
Yeah, they probably feeling real dumb right now.
ああ、そうかも。それにリンゴ、一度ユリと二人きりで話してみたいって言っていたし。
After the Bloody Mary ritual, when Rika, whose anger had given her the courage to run off into the night through the forest and across the campus, gets back to our room, she declares that we should have tea. All right, more late night illegal tea time. Let's go.
こうしてお茶を飲んでいると深夜のお茶会を思い出すね。
少し前にもやったじゃない。でもこの3人だけっていうのは初めてだし、ちょっと新鮮ね。
Yeah, now we're excluding people, so now it's like triple illegal now.
そうね。
I'm worried about Ringo and Mayuri talking alone in their room, but also a little curious. Why are you worried about them? They're fine. They're good. They're good. They're just working it out. This atmosphere. Maybe it's because we just had a scary experience, but everyone is in higher spirits than usual, perhaps as a way to get our courage back. That's why none of us could refuse the night tea party. Plus... Oh, damn, let's go! All right, checking it off the list. Let's go. At my former school, the girls had always been excitedly chattering about love and romance, while I'd felt jealousy and longing. Yeah, you did the thinky out loudy thing again, Suo. Oh no, they're on to you. Something tells me they might be on to you, Suo. Rika covers her mouth with her braids as she laughs, and then she points one of them at Ichigo. That's actually a really cute image of just like getting bashful and covering her mouth with her braids and then using one of them. That's a really, really good image. I would kill for a CG of that. Exactly! Oh, here we go! Scheming little shitface has logged on. My face flushes red with embarrassment as Ichigo looks sidelong at me, arms crossed. God, you're gonna make the poor girl, you're gonna drive her out of this room. She will create a new door. When I say this to Rika, who is looking at me as though in a trance, she blinks and smiles bashfully. Then she returns to her usual self and pours my tea for me.
せっかくスオさんが提案してくれたんだし、少し秘密のお話をしましょうか。
Alright, spill it! Let's go! It's all coming out tonight.
そうだね。この学院に入ってからそっち系の話はほとんどしてなかったし、興味あるしね。
That's right, we're gonna talk it over. You need to open up and let me in! That's probably the absolute worst way I could have worded that. Probably think a little more before the words make the transition from thoughts into verbalized sentiments.
いちごさん、お友達とそういうお話はしないの？
Come on, you gotta be, you really strike me as the type.
おしゃれとか何が流行っているとか女の子の会話はするけど恋愛系はないかな。
Oh wow.
この学院って上品な人が多いし切り出せない雰囲気だしね。
Even as I nod
も
yes.
しかしてこれってすでに恋の話になってるんじゃ。
Shit. Get on your seatbelt, Suo! You're going in! Although this all started from a slip-up, I do a mental fist pump at this chance to talk about romance with friends. I love that little innocence to her where she's just like pushing herself to do these little things that are just considered normal for the high school experience. And when she finally gets like, yes, I can just see her doing a little fist pump where nobody can see it. It's like, yeah, you go, girl. I'm so happy for you.
まだクラスが一緒になって2ヶ月経ってないんだし、なかなか難しいわよね。
Yeah, Ichigo, perhaps the one who very, very clearly has the most romantic experience of all of us. Please, do share.
言い出したスオちゃんからじゃないの？
Someone's sounding a little unsure.
私は
Don't make Suo go first. She can't handle that pressure. Oh, look at that. Save the best for last, you know. Yeah, absolutely.
それじゃあさあ話してとなっても難しいし、定番の初恋や気になる人とかはどう？
Man, I don't know that who you have a crush on. I don't know that like you got enough time for Suo to go over that. I feel like since the girl has very little female object permanence, she continues to rediscover women every time. And every time it's just, Jesus Christ, everybody's beautiful. Holy shit, I have a crush on every single one of them.
気になる人か。初恋は簡単なんだけどね。好きになった人とかいるの？
Alright, spit it out, Ichigo. What you got?
それはいるよ。さすがにこの年で全くないって方がおかしい。
Alright, well spit it out. Let's hear it.
そうか、おかしいんだ。
It's not weird.
それでお父様とか言ったらつまらないわよ。
Oh, weird. Okay, Ichigo, don't say something weird. Ichigo, who'd been so full of confidence, freezes and turns pleading eyes on me.
父親が初恋の相手っておかしいのかな？
I mean, I hear about it enough, so maybe not. I mean, I guess for like most girls, you know, the first major male figure in their life will probably be their father. So I mean, I can see, I'm sure that probably happens more than you might think that it does. Not that it means anything. Again, we're just talking a simple first love crush type thing. Ever since I was placed in my grandfather's care at the age of 10, I didn't see much of my father. Honestly, he feels like a distant relative to me.
自信満々だったから戸惑っているのよ。まあ最初に意識する男性は父親だって言うからわからなくはないけどね。
でしょ？変なのかと思って焦っちゃったよ。うちの親ってどっちも仕事で忙しくてさ、ほとんど家に帰ってこないんだ。私とリンゴはほとんどおばあちゃんに育てられたようなものなんだよ。
Yeah, so like if your dad is somebody who, is in your life, but not in your life a whole lot, and they're kind of like more of like a special occasion, or just not around a lot, I can sort of see, an early life kind of disassociation from them being, familial.
私と似ているわ。それだから父親っていうより、
Yeah,
たまに帰ってくる優しい男の
Makes
人ってイ
sense.
メージで。
I don't feel you can hold that kind of thing against anybody.
帰ってくるたび、私が欲しいものを知っていて、たくさんプレゼントしてくれる
See,
んだ。
like that too. Like, hey, come on, somebody that doesn't show up a lot, brings you presents. I mean, sure, you could also just have a crush on Santa Claus.
それってなんだか物に釣られているみたいね。
That is a really terrible thing to have said about somebody's father, Rika. That's maybe rein that in a little bit.
でも前の学校の男の子はみんな子供っぽいしな。乱暴だったりもするし。
I agree with her. I recall how I was teased at my old school.
それじゃ気になる人は？
Who's your crush? All right, spit it out, Ichigo. What you got?
ここ女子校だよ。気になる人がいたらまずいよ。
Ichigo, I'm not gonna put up with anybody being homophobic in my Yuri visual novel. You're gonna dial that back right now. You're gonna try again. All right, this girl's finding love with another girl by the end of this series. I guarantee it. She is very much the "but we're both girls" girl. Because Suo very clearly isn't. Suo has no problems like having those thoughts. But then again, we've not been in Ichigo's brain to kind of understand what her inner monologues might be being. Maybe I feel like she's definitely like scoping out girls at every opportunity she gets. Maybe you're just in the closet and in denial, girl. She smiles as she takes a bite of a cookie from our secret stash. For some reason, her words sting like a needle to my heart. Yeah, homophobia doesn't feel good.
次はりっちゃんだよ。まずは初恋の人は？
そうね。初恋の人は。
She narrows her eyes like she's studying the air, but
こういう表情をするときって真面目に資料しているときなのよね。
Rika is always thinking seriously. In less than 2 months, I've come to understand my amitié partners a little.
いるわ。
おお、堅物の鉄の委員長にもそんな相手が。
ちょっと私ってそんなイメージなの？それは私
You got someone you kind of
だって
like?
人くらいいるわよ。
Can I take a guess at who it might be? Because I'm willing to bet they're maybe taller than average. They probably have really long, flowing, black, raven-esque hair. Maybe they're a little awkward. They've got a gimpy left hand.
そうなんだ。
I'm surprised that Rika, who is genial with everyone without exception, has a special person.
それでどんな人なの？
そうね。
Uh-huh.
性格は大人で少し陰にこもるところがあるわ。
Mature and a bit mysterious. I think that could apply to Mayuri. She's very mature and very mysterious. We really don't know much about her at all.
流行の装飾系ってやつかな？
Yes, I heard before.
真面目で繊細でとても賢いの。
Curious, sensitive, and very clever. Again, that could be either Mayuri or Suo, because I feel that, obviously serious and sensitive definitely are definitely markers for Suo. She's very clever in that she solves very weird and obtuse mysteries in the most just straightforward ways. She just knows, so she's very clever.
今のところ火の打ちどころがないな。何かダメなところってないの？
そうね。おとなしすぎるからちょっと考えていることがわからないところもあるわ。
ネクラじゃん。やっぱり話していて楽しい相手の方が良くない？
I mean, Gloomy has a charm point, I think.
そのミステリアスなところがいいんじゃない？
Exactly. Like, who doesn't like a little mystery?
そんな男にりっちゃんは渡せないな。
Well, I don't think you'll have to worry about this part. I don't know that you're gonna have to worry about this at all, Ichigo. I think that you're probably fine. You're probably going to have to make a compromise, however.
何？なんか変なことを言った？
Nothing weird at all, Ichigo. Your very quick rush to defend the purity of your fair maiden is in no means indicative of anything strange. Seeing them staring at each other is so funny, I can't help but laugh. They both break into smiles too, then Ichigo's expression turns to mischievous. Oh, Jesus, here we go. Am I gonna have to make a decision here? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no. Hold on, I'm gonna make a choice that's gonna actually break the game or something. All right.
私もすごく興味があるわ。
Yes, Suo, do you happen to like anybody who may be a little shorter than you, perhaps, who maybe has their hair braided and has very cute glasses and is scared of ghosts? Maybe you like somebody, you know, with a little bit of that flavoring. I try to think of who I might like, and then 27 choices just pop up on the screen. And as you try to go to click any of them, they just race around the screen and you can't actually click on any of them. Actually, I kind of want to like find a reason to make that in my own visual novel. Nobody steal that idea despite the fact that I've said it publicly. Well, nobody's going to be watching these videos anyway, so it's not like it really matters. A certain classmate comes to mind and my cheeks flush hotly.
赤くなったってことはいるんでしょ？
本当なの？スオさん。
Rika seems somewhat flustered by Ichigo's excitement. I can't tell them the person who had really flitted through my mind, so I say a character from a movie, like I hope they're satisfied with that. You really like movies, don't you, Suo-chan? Ichigo says. I get the feeling that had my answer just now not convinced her, Ichigo would have pressured me into saying the truth. Clint Eastwood! You went with Clint Eastwood? That's a bit of an odd choice, but I mean, sure. You're young. You're still figuring it out. Oh boy, Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood. Which Clint Eastwood character? I have to really wonder. Oh boy. Suo, you're just figuring it out. You're just figuring it out.
それじゃ、そろそろお開きにしましょうか。
Ichigo wheedles for a little more tea, but Rika takes away the pot. I don't know that I've ever wheedled for anything in my life. I look at my wristwatch.
こんな時間。さすがにそろそろ寝ないと明日起きられないしね。いちごさんはまゆりさんのベッドを使って2段目だから。
Oh shit, it's a sleepover! Look at us go!
私、自分の部屋でも同じだから一番上で寝てみたいな。
Imagining me and Ichigo sharing a bed makes me blush.
今日は楽しかったわ。全部はできなかったけど、恋愛の話はできたし。
Hey, it's one step at a time. You are knocking this list off. You are knocking this list out one entry at a time. Be proud of yourself, girl. Enjoy those achievements. I lightly pat my cheeks to try and cool them down. Rika, who has finished putting away the cups and sweets, turns to the door, then... You okay? She freezes in place as though she's just thought of something. Ichigo and I both stare at her.
いちごさんに頼みがあるんだけど。
何？ どうしたの？
その確かさっき言っていたわよね。花を
This late at night? What?
こんな夜中に？お花は
Yeah, I'm kind of with Ichigo here. We're not trying to... No, no. Ichigo says, and Rika becomes more vehement.
そうじゃなくて
Alright, what's the play here? She looks at me for a moment with tearful eyes.
お手洗いについてきてほしいのよ。
Okay, okay, she's too scared to go pee-pee time by herself. We played too much Bloody Mary and now she doesn't want to go pee-pee by herself. Alright, it's fine, she says. The bathroom!
ああ、トイレね。だったらそう言えばよかったのに。
いました。それでいちごさんも眠る前に行った方がいいわよ。
I don't think you're trying to convince her. I think you're just trying to convince yourself here.
さっきも
Let
話
the
した
girl
けど、
go sleep.
私も寝る
She don't need to
し
pee. Don't force it. Ichigo answers with sleepy eyes, and Rika stands there, pigeon-toed and nervous. There is a long, dark hallway leading to the bathroom, and thinking of it must remind her of the ritual we've just performed.
気絶して
A dream?
もう一つの夢が叶う機会じゃない？
What dream do you have, Suo? What is this dream? Following on from girl talk about romance, here's another thing I've longed for.
女子と一緒にお手洗いに行く。
Well, okay, that's a dream. You can have that. Sure.
いちごさんがついてきてくれない。
Well, believe it or not, you're fulfilling a lifelong dream asking this question, Rika.
行きます。
Try not to sound that eager. Suo, please, I'm gonna ask you to dial it back 1 or 2 notches. That is way too eager of a way to be telling somebody that you'll go to the restroom with them.
一緒に行きます。行かせてください。
I raise my hand to volunteer, and Rika blushes for some reason, at a loss for words.
行ってくれる
Glad you'll come with me, but maybe please dial down the excitement a little bit.
暗がりで襲われないようにね。
Hey, you stop that. If she wants to make a pass at her under the cover of darkness, then that's their business. You had your chance. You had your chance to go pee-pee time and get hit on, but now it's gone. Go to sleep. Make a pass? Who? On what?
そんなスオさんはそんな人じゃないわ。それに私
I see my amitié partner shaking her head and blushing all the way down to her neck. Not in the bathroom, don't!
早くしたいってそう思って。
Suo, please, I'm gonna need you to stop and think. Remember? Like I mentioned that's something that I need to do more of. Stop and think. The words that you are putting together with the situation that you were in. Do these things go together in a very weird way? Don't tell somebody you want to get closer to them in the bathroom. People lose political jobs over that.
仲良くしたいって積極的だな。
Let him have it, Ichigo! Let him have it!
スオさん。
The night grows long and I continue to be misunderstood. Then...
ごめんなさい。待たせてしまって。
Yes! My dream came true!
親方、しっかりとスオ容疑者を見張っておきましたぜ。
The misunderstanding remains unsolved as she makes jokes about being my guard. Well, I mean, it could have gone worse. It could have gone worse. Dawn comes. I start to worry when the Sasakis don't show up at the cathedral for morning prayer. Uh-oh! Ichigo, who had heard a voice at the Bloody Mary ritual, Ringo, who saw another person in the painting. Having heard that the people who perform the ritual disappear, my chest tightens with anxiety when the two of them don't turn up. My amitié partners sitting beside me are probably thinking the same thing. It's not showing on their faces, but I can tell from their auras. Then... Oh, okay. You didn't disappear. Hey, cool, you're not dead.
いちごね、それは私としても狙っていた。
I see them exchanging the sweets Mayuri had made in the seats in front of me, and I sigh with relief. Just when the anxiety had been starting to show on our faces, the twins had come in late. With Sister Basquiat scolding them, they came rushing into morning prayers and greeted me energetically.
ね、続きはどうなったんだよ。
Yaegaki asks as she takes the pound cake on her plate and splits it for the twins. Ichigo scrunches her face up as if to say it was terrifying.
私には聖母様の絵から声が聞こえてきたんだ。あれは、そう、男の人の声だったな。へえ、眉唾だが面白い経験をしてるじゃないか。私は絵の中に死神を見たの。
Not only Yaegaki, but all of our other classmates gathered around them to let out excited shrieks at the Sasaki's stories.
本当は
Now, come on, let them have it. They had a cute little moment. They're just kind of living it out. Don't be a party pooper, Rika.
まあ、あの二人と出かけたんだ。こうなることはやむなしだよ。
My amitié partners, who had also gone to the Bloody Mary ritual, look resigned as if to let out a sigh at what must be the 10th iteration of the Sasaki's tales of adventure. They'd been sharing their Bloody Mary adventures since before the after-class tea party even began. No, since breakfast after morning prayers. Every time there was a break, they'd tell classmates who hadn't heard their story yet. I'd thought to try to shut them up at first, but... Yeah, again, just let them have it. It'll only last like a day or two. They just need some fun in their lives. We are in a backwoods fucking church school in the middle of nowhere. You need to get excitement about anywhere you can. The fact that they're both fine despite having seen something makes me so happy that I'm unable to go hard on them. I am so glad I did not read that as get hard on them, because I literally, like, my brain was cruising toward that set of words and I was like, mouth, please make the communication work properly. Please just say the right thing. Thank Christ I did.
そうね。憂鬱だけど仕方ないわ。
We're all prepared to get in trouble. We figure we'll let them talk about it to their heart's content. I hear the squeak of wheels as Yaegaki, who must be done hearing the Sasaki's hamming it up, comes over towards us with a wry smile on her face.
上級生の間では噂になっていたけど、まさかあんたらが試しに行くなんてね。
I feel like wry smile should just, like, even when she's not doing it and even when she's not around, we should always just imply, it should just always be implied that Erica is wry smiling at somebody. She's got big Susie energy in a way, I think.
いけないとは思っていたけど、興味があったのよ。いやいや、別に責めているんじゃないぜ。むしろ大したものだって褒めたいくらいさ。あんたももちろん、まあ高坂はいいとして。お堅い委員長まで付き合うのが意外だったよ。
She's definitely like this, like, wow, I cannot believe that you're the one that came along with this. Yaegaki makes her mean cat smile at Rika, who looks embarrassed. Mayuri shakes her head.
本来止めなくちゃいけないのは分かっていたけど、まあこれも長い学院生活を送る通過儀礼の一つだと思ってね。今度
八重垣さんも一緒に行ってみるかい？
Yeah, let's go!
聖母様の顔を見に？面白い冗談だ。階段をどうやって登るって言うんだよ。
She slaps her leg lightly and Mayuri falters. I lean in to try and help her out, then...
まあ、儀式には私も興味がある。
Yeah, alright.
別におぶってもらおうかな。
I think Suo could pull it off. She says and points at me.
背負っていってもいいなら構わないわ。そこはお姫様だけだろ。つまらないこと言うなよ。おっと、重そうだなんて言うなよ。
Absolutely, Princess Carrie Erica! There is no world that should exist where Erica does not get to be Princess Carrie. Fucking I'll do it! Come on, Suo. You have to Princess Carrie Erica. Let's do this. Give me that CG right now. Fill up my life. Make me complete. I need Erica being Princess carried. Yaegaki shows her crooked smile and I return it with a smile of my own. My amitié partners also smile. No, wait. Rika's pouting. I hear a conspicuously loud cry and know that they've reached the climax of the adventure. Yaegaki, who's already heard it, throws up her arms and leaves while the rest of us exchange a look.
まあ、今日くらいは仕方ない。最後まで付き合おう。
そうね。
Without hiding our tired faces, we silently sip from our pathetically cold teacups. May 27th. I will never forget this day. At this academy, surrounded by flowers, I know I will have many different experiences. More of them bad than good, with no end to the Jesus, what happens? On this day, May 27th, she tells me the news. What happened? Oh, wait, for real? That's not the movie I wanted to watch. This incident is the first tragedy thrust upon us amidst our quiet life at the academy. Rika was the first to move when she heard of Ichigo Sasaki's disappearance. Next was me, then Mayuri. With Rika in the lead, we had all run to Ringo Sasaki. Without a word, we entered the Sasaki's room. You covered it up? You what? Why are you hiding it? If somebody's missing, and you legitimately think they're missing, wouldn't you? I know there's adults here. Hello, Sister Basquiat. Hello? Could we maybe consider that? After class, to discuss what we'll do from here on out, my amitié partners and I, as well as Ringo, have gone to the empty library to talk about it. This morning, after hearing the news that Ichigo Sasaki had disappeared, we stand in her empty room at a complete loss. Indeed, there is no one in the room, only the remnants of someone living here until just a few moments ago. Ringo goes in and touches the desk, on which there would be 2 half-drunk glasses of soda water.
いちご姉が言ったの。だから私が注いで、それで自分の分も入れて、いちご姉の方を向いたら。
The room remains silent at Ringo's story. The soda water bubbles as if to tell us that Ichigo was just here.
失礼するよ。
With that warning, Mayuri begins searching the chest of drawers and closet, then goes up to the top bunk, which isn't visible from the floor, and searches the comforter.
今見たところはみんな探したよ。でも見つからなかった。
You sound really worried, and I think we should just find an adult. I looked everywhere a person could possibly hide, she whispers, as though talking about a stranger. This doesn't feel real, for her or for us. All that I feel is an urgent sense of anxiety. I feel an urgent sense of, if we think somebody's actually missing, let's like actually go tell an adult.
ちょっと大げさね。ただあれでしょ。リンゴさんがジュースを注いだ隙に隠れたんじゃなく、部屋から出て行ったってだけじゃないの？
This is a possibility, but
私の分を注ぐ時間はもともとグラスを用意しておいたから10秒もかからなかった。それに部屋から出たのならドアの音が響くはず。
そうなの。確かにそれはそうね。
the door to the Sasaki's room is not quite attached right and makes a loud creak every time they open or close it. If she'd tried to sneak out of the room, she would have been heard. Silence again. No one wants to say her disappearance is because of the Bloody Mary ritual, and even if someone did say it, it wouldn't solve anything. The situation still doesn't seem real to us yet, and I don't think it is!
とにかく寮長。いや、
Yes, all right, Mayuri with like the smart play here. Mayuri is the one to propose a realistic approach. However, Ringo and I cannot go. Excuse me? Why? Why? Hello? It's because I get the feeling that if we were to talk to Sister Basquiat, it would confirm the disappearance.
黙っていることはできないかしら。
What? Like, I know what you're trying to say here. Like, you're trying to, like, mentally protect yourself. Like, oh, like, what if she did just leave? You know, like, what, like, but that doesn't make, like, the timing doesn't make sense. Surely, like, surely we're not gonna go down this road, right? We're not gonna go down this road for the next hour of somebody probably just playing a really bad prank and then, like, everybody being forced to act dumb and in ways that make no sense? Rika proposes the impossible. Ringo and I, who agree emotionally with this unrealistic measure, are at a loss for words.
黙っていたって仕方がないだろ。
Please, Mayuri, talk some sense into these people.
報告しないと。
血まみれメアリーの儀式を行って消えてしまったって。
それは。
I don't even know that you have to bring that up. You could just say, hey, she was here 1 second and now she's not and we can't find her. Could we maybe get all the adults to do some looking around? She bites her lip and falls silent. Rika gazes into the soda water on the desk.
私は儀式のせいでいなくなったなんて思ってないわ。幽霊なんておとぎ話よ。だからこれも何か理由があってのことだわ。
どんな理由があるって言うんだ。
私はイチゴさんじゃないからわからない。でも元気そうに見えても何かを抱えていることはあるものよ。
I mean, she could have been, maybe, but it doesn't make sense that she would just, like, leave in the middle of pouring a drink. Methinks the Sasaki twins may be up to some chicanery.
例えばこの学院が肌に合わなくて家に戻ろうとしていたとか。
I mean, Mayuri could be in on it too because she like spent the night with Ringo, did she not? Like, Mayuri could actually be in on, like, if there's some dumb shit going on, I feel like Mayuri could be in on it.
そんな話聞いたことがない。
今のは推測だもの。でも消えた理由は他にあると思う。 儀式のせいじゃない。
If you hear sirens, it's not the police coming
少し
in the
待っていて
video
もいいと
game.
思う。
Some very
消え
loud
たのはいちご
sirens
さんの意思なら
rolling by my house this
待ってい
morning.
れば頭を冷やして戻ってくるか、向こうから何か接触があるはずよ。
Mayuri frowns at Rika's proposal, and Ringo looks down at her nails in distress.
スオさんはどう思う？先生に報告した方がいい？
I feel like if
それ
anyone,
とも様子
like
を
there
見る
are
方に
literally
賛成
two
してくれる
people
かし
here
ら？
right now that I feel would be the one to say, hey, this is a very stupid idea. Let's tell an adult. Like, I feel like it would be Rika and Suo, right?
私は
Oh God, please let me pick. Both of my Amitié partners' proposals. No, they don't! No, only one of your Amitié partners' proposals makes sense.
私よりもリンゴさんの意思だと思う。
What?
リンゴさんはどうしたい？私は彼女の考えに従う。
I think this is a real stupid idea if you actually think somebody's missing.
私
Ringo murmurs, still staring at her fingers, then looks up at me and my Amitié partners with tearful eyes.
私はもう少し
No, Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? I feel like the answer to what's happening here is going to be very dumb. And this is like, this is a story thing that I hate a lot. When characters who have previously been shown to be pretty intelligent are written to be very dumb for the contrivance of a story. Like, this is where this game will get under my skin and start driving me insane if we go down this route.
リンゴさんが言うならそれに従おう。
Oh God, I'm gonna have to swallow this pill and try not to make this experience as absolutely terrible for anyone that actually wants to watch. Like, because my brain right now is screaming, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, this is so stupid. Oh, jeez.
病気で伏せっていることにして様子を見ましょう。
Yeah, there you go. She just went to a Disturbed concert, and she'll be back in the morning. It's fine.
どうした？何か発見したの？
リカさんが言いたいのはごまかすために3人部屋のもう一人のクラスメイトに話を
Yeah, like there's another Amitié partner. Or is she just gonna conveniently not be around?
そうか。アミティエか。
Though they are twins, they are no exception to the three-person Amitié groups. However, Ringo shakes her head as if to tell us not to worry.
この部屋は私と一番
Okay, conveniently.
だから。
だって。
私たちが血まみれメアリーの儀式を知るきっかけ
Was one of them your Amitié partner?
ク
Conveniently?
ラスメイトが辞めたからなの。そっか。リンゴさんたちのアミティエも辞めた5人のうちの1人なのね。彼女との共同生活はうまくいっていた。だから突然辞めたことが気になったの。
I see. There was a reason they suddenly started talking about the 7 mysteries of the Academy.
とりあえず、リンゴさんは病欠のことをダリア先生に。リッカがうまく取りなしてやってくれ。
Oh, this is such a dumb idea. Like, why wouldn't an adult, like, if you tell some, like, I feel like we're at a boarding school where all of these rich parents have paid to send their very rich daughters. You're telling me that you're gonna go tell the staff that one of these very rich kids is sick and the adults aren't gonna come try to check? I don't know, that just doesn't... Oh, game, you can't do this. You can't. You've been mostly good so far. Rika nods and leaves the room with Ringo. I look at the soda water on the desk and the novel beside it. What's the novel beside it? Because is that going to give us the answer to the mystery? I feel like you didn't tell me the name of the novel on the desk, so it's going to absolutely play as part of what's happening here. I come back from reflecting on this morning's chain of events when a hand is waved in front of my eyes.
聞いていなかったの？これからどうしようって話をしていたのよ。
とりあえず今日はうまくごまかせたけど。
She turns her eyes to Ringo, who is looking down.
リッカが言ったように今日一日様子を見たけど何の音沙汰もなかったな。
Here's my question. And maybe I'm just jumping ahead of things. Maybe I'm overthinking it already. Maybe I think I see something that isn't there. How do we know that we are with Ringo right now? I know we could argue about the eye moles, but Foundation exists. Where they're girls, they have access to makeup.
何よ、私が悪いって言うの？
I have a feeling that the answer to this is going to be that our darling fruit children are pulling a not so clever one, and that everybody around is being forced to act stupid for it to actually be a plot point.
そうじゃないけどさ。
This is not what I meant when I said that you could use the twins to kind of create some kind of friction. Like, I feel like this would have absolutely worked with the books thing, and that this is a very dumb idea.
いや、リンゴさんを責めたわけじゃないんだよ。
When her attempt at being lighthearted is met with a serious reply, Mayuri lets out a sigh and goes quiet.
リッカさんが様子を見ようと言ったのは、いちごさんが私たちを騙してふざけていると考えているからなのでしょ？
半々ね。彼女の性格ならこれくらいの悪ふざけをしてもおかしくないわ。そして残りの半分は何か悩んでいたのかもと思っていたからよ。まだ学院が始まって2ヶ月の間に5名の旧友が辞めたでしょ。お家の事情からなのかもしれない。それとも何か悩みがあってなのかもしれない。私はね、いちごさんが何かを悩んでいて姿を消したのなら大ごとにしないで待っていてみようと思ったの。騒ぎになったら余計に出てこられなくなる。そうでしょ？
I mean, there's logic to this thinking, but... That's true. If it were me, I'd probably end up living in the forest. Following that thought, this conclusion is unlike the Rika I've known up until now. It's almost like she's being written to be stupider for the convenience of this very dumb plot point.
言いづらくなるのは必死か。まあ、もうしばらくは待ってみようか。
Yes, let's wait a little longer. That's obviously the smart play. Maybe I should just actually refrain from voicing my thoughts right now and just kind of stick to the script. Because I'm going to make this not fun for the people that are watching. So we will just experience it together, and I will try to editorialize as little as possible.
いちごとは友達だからね。
Mayuri says it like it's the most obvious thing in the world. My heart feels as though it's being squeezed in my chest. The one thing I want, everyone else is getting so easily.
今日までは様子を見て何も変化がないようなら明日から学院内を探してみることにしましょうか。
何もしないよりはいいかもね。スオさんからは何かない？
They look at me with expectant eyes.
本当に家に戻ろうと考えているなら、あさって購買の業者の人が来るだろうから。
The seller? Is that a mistranslation? That is a very weird... I mean, unless they go home, like, when supplies are brought, and that's the only time, which would make sense. But that's just a very weird... I feel like there should maybe have been an extra step or two to that thought.
いちごさん宛てに手紙を書いて投函してもらえるよう頼んだらどうかな。
そうか。手紙は1週間に1度の集荷があるけど、事態が事態だし、 頼めるなら投函してもらった方がいいかもね。
いい考えだわ。さすがスオさん。
My amitié partners in Ringo praise me, but I am more concerned about the missing Ichigo. And I'm stuck with the fact that Mayuri called her a friend. All I can do is fake a smile. Nobody wants to be my friend, despite the fact that everybody's acting pretty friendly to me now. 2 days have passed and we still haven't found Ichigo Sasaki. Good lord. We've looked for her at all the major places on campus, but there's no trace of her. It's as if she really has been taken away by the curse of Oyashiro's Bloody Mary.
日が傾いてきている。そろそろ自室に戻ってみんなにどうだったか聞いてみよう。
We'd looked for her in groups of 2 up until now, but with time running out, we decided to split up and search one by one. Maybe someone else will have found her?
希望的観測よね。
何を希望するかね。
Is this who I think? Yes! You know what? I feel like you're the only thing that can bring light to my life right now. Please. Someone whispers in my ear. I leap back with a shriek. Yeah!
で、スオ君も乙女のような声を上げるんだね。まるで少女のようじゃないか。
The president of the Council of Nikaya is standing there with the scarlet sun at her back, hands on her hips and wearing a wry smile.
まるでも何も乙女ですよ。急に声をかけられたらびっくりするじゃないですか。
スオ君。
No one here is impressed by the fact that you are a virgin.
少女だと宣言するのは感心しないぞ。
I freeze at the jab, but it's my fault for saying something that can be taken that way.
で、どうしたんで？棒立ち
Yes, I was.
もしかして。
I don't know about Suo, but I know I was. I'm about to respond to her usual joking by telling her that she's wrong, but
八代先輩なら何か知っているかもしれない。
she might. She'd looked into the cases of students disappearing after performing the Bloody Mary ritual before. Perhaps she knows something. Like where the disappeared students went. Yes! 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 This is the only thing that will get Suo's mind working just as it needs to. A kiss from the lovely Yuzuriha.
違います。八代先輩に聞きたいことがあって。
That is an unusually muted reaction from you to that kind of barb. You're getting used to it.
僕にか。いいだろう。
I falter as she licks her lips and stares at me with her silvery eyes.
血まみれメアリーの儀式のことを聞かせてほしいんです。
Yatsushito scratches her eyebrow disinterestedly.
血まみれメアリー？まだそいつを調べていたのかい？ネリーに話を聞きに行ったのだろう？
はい。いなくなった上級生の話や儀式のやり方を。でも、いなくなった生徒のその後の話は聞いていないのです。
その後、無ごたらしい死体で見つかったと。
Ooh. I fall silent, unable to find such a joke funny. Yatsushito must have sensed as much as she apologizes, then taps her forehead as though in deep thought.
その後ね。まあ見つかった話は聞いていないから、おそらく親元に
Right? I feel like that's the logical conclusion here.
さらわれたら見つからないのですか？
Like, I mean, every damn mystery of the school is like, it's based on somebody disappearing. And it's just like, you make up that, like, you're kids, so you're being dumb and you're making up these stories so that you don't have to deal with the fact that, like, oh, it sucks that, like, this person that I was getting to know is gone. I'll probably never see them again. So, like, that's how like folklore gets started. That's how like silly rumors get started and urban legends. So that's what I think's going on.
いやいやいや、なんだかオカルト
Yeah, like there's a very simple explanation to all this.
いいかい、そうくん。血まみれメアリーだの。
Yeah, exactly. They're just an excuse. People are too prideful to say, you know, I can't cut it here. I suck at this. And that's understandable because it's just not a thing that like gets you very far in Japanese society.
そうさ。ここは全寮制の学院だ。今まで仲良くやっていた仲間がポコッといなくなる。それがこの学院の七不思議。
Yeah, the seven mysteries are a contrivance, all right.
いわばシステムだ。
I mean, I think that it's more from the people who were left behind, who are maybe trying to deal with the fact that, like, these people that they were getting close with aren't there anymore. That's my thought on it. Yatsushiro speaks at length as the sun sets.
ホームシックで暗く沈み込んでいるものはいい。やめていったとしても理由や理屈が通るからね。
I still don't think that that's, like, what happened to Ichigo. I think she's just hiding somewhere.
だが一見、アミティアや他の旧友ともうまくやってはいたが、ぽっかり心に穴が開いてしまったメイは突然やめてしまう。仲の良かった者は理不尽さを感じるだろう。
Yeah, they make it easier to
そ
accept.
れを
Yeah,
わ
okay.
かりやすい形で表したのが七不思議。そういう
I understand the reasoning, but
シロ先輩の言う通りだとした。
it means that I failed to listen to Ichigo's true voice.
あれから僕もネリーに話を聞いたんだが、七不思議のうちの判明している4つは血まみれメアリ、さまよえるエンリ、寄宿者のシェイプシフター、そして真実の女神というものらしいね。どれも遭遇した場合はさらわれてしまう。
コミカド先輩に聞かされた事象だ。
すべての怪異がさらうだなんておかしいだろう。
Yes, like they're all disappearing. So it's like, it's not like,
死んだり
yeah, like nobody goes crazy. They're not getting killed. They just disappear because that makes it easy to accept.
だからこそ僕が思うにこの学院の七不思議はやめていく者への礼のいい理由付けなんだと思うよ。
I think it's more of an excuse that people made for the people that did quit, is I think that how that would maybe be worded. There's a momentary silence. It probably is just as Yatsushiro has surmised, but
さらう。すべての七不思議が。
though the mystery I asked about has been solved, this phrase doesn't sit right with me and I frown. Put on your thinking cap. The final day. We face the third day. The latest Mayuri proposed we wait. Our hope dangling by a thread. We'd searched the whole campus and even outside of it, but
見つからなかったか。
ええ、もう探せる場所はみんな探したわ。
they droop listlessly. Ringo closes the curtains and pours glasses of soda water for us. Closes the curtains.
ありがとう。
ちょうど喉が渇いていたんだ。
So they were open the whole time? I'm braining, hold on. Okay. Yeah, I'm 100% convinced that the Sasakis they are the ones doing this. Not that that wasn't obvious this whole time. I'm just saying that I think I'm getting an idea of how they did it. And it was very stupid and simple. The soda water is delicious to us after our tiring search of the forest. I feel a twinge of guilt over enjoying the taste at a time like this.
が借りた小説。
In awkwardness, I shift my eyes to the bookshelf where I see 2 copies of The Night on the Galactic Railway. The old version, which Yaigaki let her borrow first, and the new version, which I suppose belongs to Ringo. Think I'm starting to see some things being thematically tied here.
読んでいる暇はないわよね。
あまり切り出したくないことだけど。
Mayuri, who is playing with her empty glass, casts her gaze downward as she speaks.
今日でリミットの3日目だ。これからのことを考える必要があると思う。
そうね。そろそろごまかしが効かなくなってきたものね。
A hush spreads over the room. The only thing that can be heard is the sound of the soda water bubbling away. It's hard to say anything in this atmosphere. This is a dilemma. We don't want to say anything, but we can't not say anything. Yeah, again, I find it suspicious that you're able to hide the disappearance of a child for 3 days, let alone like 1, especially at an expensive boarding school. Why not now? Why not now? Why are you being intentionally written stupid?
そうね。先生から電話を入れてもらったらいいわ。もしかして家元に
Like
もう戻っている
Ringo
かも
would
しれな
know
いし。
this. Like there is no world that exists where Ringo wouldn't know that her sister transferred out. Like somebody would have gotten her that information. It's a realistic plan, and I think it's the right thing to do. However,
もう1日、2日だけ待ってもらえない
I'm just gonna grit my teeth. I'm just gonna grit my teeth. I'm just gonna grit my teeth.
電話をして家にいればいい。でもいなかったら。
If she's not there, which she won't be, and we make that call anyway, you still get to pop everybody by it being scary because she's not there.
大丈夫よ。これだけ探して見つからないのだもの。家に戻ったと考えた方が。
She says, probably because she does not believe in the occult, but there's a touch of uneasiness in her eyes as she looks at me.
あと1日だけ待ちましょう。
Yeah, let's wait one more fucking day.
スオさん、
それは何か考え。
わからない。でももう少しで何かつかめそうな気がするの。
Having spoken to Yatsushiro, I feel there's something big that we've been overlooking in our search of the academy. If I could find out what it is.
スオさんが言うなら私は賛成だわ。私が誤解されそうだった時、解決してくれたのが
そろそろ限界なのは変わらないけど、アミティへの頼みだ。やるだけはやってみよう。ごまかしきれなかったらその時はその時だしね。
Ringo smiles softly, her head bowed. The rest of us nod, feeling impatient. Yeah, that's about where I'm at with this game right now. I'm feeling very, very impatient. There is no point in this game that has tried my patience more than this. After getting back to the dorms, we search once again into the last minute. Now we're hurrying to wash ourselves before the baths close.
ダメよ。
No, don't be stinky.
何を言っているの。それに今日は
You're too pretty to live the stinky lifestyle.
汗だってずいぶんかいたじゃない。
まあ、それは。
Mayuri shrugs but obediently lathers body soap in her hands.
先に髪から洗った方がいいわ。じゃないと二度体を洗わなくちゃならなくなるし。
はいはい、お母様わかりましたよ。
Although I respond with a chuckle, I'm more concerned about Ringo, who is quietly washing her hair next to me. God, I hope you are. I just want to put this chapter behind me.
珍しいな。久しぶりにシャンプーハットを使っている人を見たよ。なんだか リンゴさんが使っていると可愛いね。
I was using them up until just a few years ago, but I don't mention it and simply agree. I look towards the annoyed voice. I see Rika, who has stopped washing her hair, slumped over in disappointment.
どうしたの？
すごく小さいことなんだけどね。
That's an easy
シャン
mistake
プー
to
とボデ
make.
ィーソープを間違っちゃったみたい
Those bottles are shaped pretty similarly a lot of the times. I've probably done that once or twice.
ああ、私もたまにやるよ。そういうのってなんか変にがっくりするよね。
でもしょうがないわ。リッカさんメガネを外しているし、シャンプーとボディーソープの容器は同じ柄だし。
Hey, I think you just stumbled onto something. I think the game's trying to very thematically point to a direction right here. Two of them look so alike. Something about my own words nudges at me and I trail off. Wonder what that could be.
同じ柄。それって。
They look the same. How in the hell? The keywords swirl around my head, then fall into place. Oh, we detective mode now. All right. I got this. I got this figured out. What Yatsushiro Senpai said. The disappearance of Ichigo Sasaki. The last place she was alleged to be before she disappeared was the dorm room.
そうだったのね。
I need to think first about how all this first started. Hold on. Okay. What kind of case is this? She vanished and is hiding. If I'm sure about that, even if I think about the oddities I noticed, the first thing I felt was off. Something wasn't right about the room just after Ichigo Sasaki appeared. That was that the soda water she'd been drinking just before. You may be asking why these choices are already marked, and it's because I had to record this episode twice. The first time, we ran into a bit of a technical snag. I've been playing along now, just for your benefit. You're welcome. And another thing that was off, in the Sasaki's room, before we went to the bath, the closed curtains. It isn't even cold out. Exactly. She closed the curtains, and it was very weird. So this is the part where I stop lying and pretending, because this is as far, like when I chose that choice the last time, the game crashed, and I did not get it, and I did not save progress. So there you go. Sorry to break the illusion there, but I did solve that. I did get those answers right on the first try. But the game crashed at that point, and I was not able to. I was not able to continue recording. So yeah. I stare at the steaming bath, having arrived at my conjecture. So I've actually had to sit here and get double mad at how bad I feel that this story beat is. So you're welcome.
そうなの？ついていこうか？
平気よ。少し横になれば良くなると思うから。
スノーさん、気分が悪くなったって言った？ちょっと待って。すぐに髪を洗っても乾かすまで時間がかかるだろ？ほら。
Seeing Mayuri snatch the shower head and start rinsing Rika's hair, I tell Ringo I'm leaving and exit the bath area on wobbly legs. I walk through the night air in total darkness. It's chilly out despite being spring, but I'm sweating from the feeling of despair and excitement about what will happen next. It's like being sick. I would know. I've been sick for a week. Though I cannot stop sweating, my skin is cold to the touch. If I'm right, then we can get her back, but there is a big chance that things won't be the same. My feet nearly stop, as they are prone to do. However, the sound of 2 pairs of footsteps behind me won't let me. They keep going to a steady beat. Then, yes, we arrive at the greenhouse. Perhaps because I can't see well, my sense of smell is heightened. I can smell the cloying scent of roses and bread baked with barley. The source of the smell.
本当だ。なんで彼女がここに。
My amitié partners, who half trust and half doubt me, say, even though I told them where I was going.
そうちゃん。
Yeah, I think you're about to get found out. Ringo, who is already here, looks at me with suspicious eyes.
ああ、そうか。リンゴさんも呼ばれたんだね。ああ、そうなのね。意味深な言い方をしたから驚いたじゃない。
The scenery in the greenhouse is different to during the day. The vivid flowers cloaked in gray make it seem as though time has stopped. The two of them smile as though trying to bring a different world back to normal.
ごめんなさいね。でもこの場所へ来てもらう必要があったの。血まみれメアリーの儀式で消えてしまったイチゴさん。彼女を消した犯人を捕まえるためにはこの温室じゃなきゃダメなの。
犯人って、イチゴが消えたのは自分からでなく第三者がいたってことかい？
The two of them are speechless. It's natural. Rika was adamant that Ichigo left of her own accord in Mayuri while she didn't think it was all to blame, seemed to place faith in the occult theory. That a culprit could be involved was outside their scope.
犯人というからには、そのスオさんには目星はついているんだね。本当なの？
ええ。さらった犯人は誰なのか、おそらく間違いはないわ。でも犯人を捕まえるよりも一番難解なのはさらわれた彼女の所在だわ。
At my words, Rika and Ringo nod.
それは道理だね。イチゴが見つかればさらった相手はおのずとわかる。
Rika nods comprehendingly, then comes closer and looks me straight in the eye.
イチゴさんの居場所を知っているの？それなら早く行きましょう。犯人がいたって私たち4人でなら。
You got this. Like Suo could body slam a motherfucker. I'm pretty sure that if Ringo were motivated enough, she could like kick some people in the shins. And we absolutely know that Mayuri can go. She got hands.
腕に覚えがというわけではないけど、私も力を貸すよ。
私としてもごめんなさい。いちごさんの居場所はまだ完全に特定できていないの。この消失事件で一番難しいのはさらわれた彼女だと言ったでしょ。
そうか。
Before we started talking, I'd said that something was off.
このいちごさんの消失に絡む事件はすべて違和感。
Just a little bit.
違和感って何が？だってさらわれて消えて別段おかしなことは。
そもそもこの事件の成り立ちがおかしいの。まずいちごさんたちが辞めていた旧友たちを怪しみ、学院、そして行き着いたのは血まみれメアリーという七不思議。
オカルトで人が消えるということ？
ええ。私はいちごさんたちから話を持ちかけられ、ついで八代先輩、そしてさらに詳しい話を知っている小帝先輩に血まみれメアリーの儀式の話を聞いた。だからオカルトで人が消えたというありえないことが起きても、もしかしてという思いが抜けなかった。
確かにいきなり消えたと言われれば何を言っているんだとなるね。今筋立てて言われても私たちがなぜ信じたのか。あ、
そう。今まゆりさんが気づいた通り、違和感を得てもおかしくないのに自然と消失を信じてしまっていたのはもう一つ。いちごさんが消えてしまったという部屋に私たちが乗り込み、消失の現場
It was all very convenient, if you ask me.
あ、確かに。まるでメアリー。
That's exactly what I was going to say.
ごめん、そのメアリーなんとかって？
会場で起きた有名な都市伝説よ。 メアリー・セレスト号が漂流しているところを見つけ、別の船の船員が乗り込んだところ、船の中には船員が誰もいなかった。朝食は食べかけのままで、コーヒーはまだ温かく湯気を立てていた。まるで今の今までそこにいたかのように。
なんだかあの日の佐々木さんたちの部屋と似ているわね。
確か救命ボートも全部そのままで、綱をほどいた形跡もなかった。調理室では火にかけた鍋がグツグツと煮立ち、水夫の部屋では食べかけの鶏の丸焼きと酒がそのまま残っていた。とにかく9人の乗組員はまさに神隠しにあったように消え失せてしまった。
Strangely enough, the boat also bore the name Mary. Perhaps they knew.
いや、これに関しては偶然。
No, it couldn't be. Nothing's ever a weird coincidence or a contrivance in this world.
かける出来事も筋立てた推論、そして現場を見てしまったせいで、私たちは消失というオカルトを信じてしまった。
Well, or you believed that because you were written to believe that. That's kind of where I'm at.
せいで理性を納得させるため、彼女がひょっこり戻ってくるということにすがり待つことになった。
本当ならすぐにでも報告をしなくちゃいけなかったものね。
Gosh! I've only been saying that for an hour! She murmurs, though she had been the one who proposed searching because she didn't believe in the occult theory.
閉鎖された環境、与えられる情報、そして抗いがたい現場を目にした状況、それらがオカルトを信じさせてしまった。でもオカルトを抜いたら途端にこの事件は単純になる。
A silence falls over us at the word simple. Some time passes.
まさか
Yes, it could be.
この消失は血まみれメアリーの儀式が起こ
Well,
した。
I'm glad we're finally starting to see that.
そうよね、佐々木
Yeah,
さん。
exactly. Everyone turns to me disbelievingly. That's right. If it isn't the occult, then the prime suspect is...
私がいちご麺をさらったと見せかけたとでも。
No, I'm saying that you are not Ringo Sasaki. This is a very cute CG, though.
確かにあれが血まみれメアリーの儀式のせいじゃないっていうなら、消えたと証言したリンゴさんが一番怪しいことになるわ。
そもそも消えたというのはリンゴさんの証言だけだ。私たちはその現場を見てはいないんだから。
Exactly. Like, this is all just based on Ringo's word. Realizing where this is heading, my Amitié partners turn their suspicious eyes toward Ringo. But Ringo smiles, a smile unlike herself. She giving us that shit-eating grin? Because there's only one girl capable of that one, and we know it ain't Ringo. She's too sleepy.
何が？
She spreads her arms jokingly as usual, looks straight into my eyes, and laughs airily.
少し考えればわかることですよ。そもそも私たちはやめていった給油の理由を探して。
Yeah, and you set up a dumb trick that everybody would have figured out literally in 20 minutes.
そして八代先輩からヒントをね、小見門先輩から儀式の作法を教えてもらった。姉の消失に私が噛んでいるなら、八代先輩、そして小見門先輩すら操っていなくちゃならないですよね。先輩たちの言葉があって初めて儀式が行われて消えたのだから、言っている意味わかりますよね。
A イコール B にはならない。消失を望んでいたとしても、血まみれメアリーの儀式という言葉を引き出すには先輩たちを操るか予知でもしないと無理ってことか。
Ding, ding, ding. She just furrows her brows, rendered silent by this counterattack. My Amitié partners, close but not there yet, look at me in frustration.
佐々木いちごさんの消失は以前から
Exactly.
だからスオちゃん、違うと言ったですよね。
先ほどリンゴさんが言ったのは、血まみれメアリーの儀式の話が出たことは偶然で用意のしようがないという。
Sometimes shit just works out really well when you're planning on being a little shit.
それは間違いなの。これは偶然でなく。
ちょっと待って。もしかして今回の件に八代先輩か小帝先輩が噛んでいるってこ
I'd considered it,
二
however...
人の先輩を抱き込まなくても可能な話。
Yeah, like, you don't need them.
消失は血まみれメアリーでなくてもいい。
Exactly.
たまたま血まみれメアリーの儀式の話題が出て。
Yeah, it could have been anything.
偶然が重なるのを待っていたってこと？そんな。
違うわ。二人とも小帝先輩。
Yeah, they heard it before.
この学院の七不思議は全てさら。
Yeah, they're just involved people disappearing, so it's real easy to fake that.
そう。リンゴさんは知らないふりをしていたけど、七不思議の4つ全ての逸話を知っていたの。そしてそれらが全てさらわれるという結末のことも。だから
No one contradicts the words I
そう
say.
か、そうよね。それなら調べている段階でどの七不思議の話が出ても問題ない。場所だけを変えればいいだけだわ。
Exactly! I nod at my amitié partner's words. In my head, I'm putting together the chronology of events to work out where she
彼女
is.
が私たちの部屋のドアをノックした朝、すでに部屋にはイチゴさんの姿はなかった。でもこれは消失したわけでなく、ただ夜のうちに姿を消していただけ。儀式の余韻で麻痺している私たちへ、さも今までイチゴさんがその場にいた風に装った。
私がメアリー・セレスト号を引き合いに出すほど今の今までそこにいた風になっていたね。
Yes, the thing that had played its part so well, as if to say, Ichigo was just here.
炭酸水。
Yep.
そうだわ。いちごさんへ用意したと言って。
I'd noticed something was off about it.
でも夜にすでに用意していたのよね。
If she'd set it up ahead of time, the soda would have gone flat, but it
それ
hadn't.
も私が抱いた違和感の一つ。おそらくあのグラスは夜のうちに事前に用意していたものだわ。
だって
これは佐々木さんのミスなの。私たちを部屋に案内した後に気づいて慌てたのね。それで多少の違和感を持たれるのも覚悟して、いつも持っている調味料をグラスに入れたの。
Hearing my words, Mayuri, who is close with Ichigo, claps her hands and says, Aha!
確かにイチゴはスパイスボトルを持っていたな。
何？スパイスボトル？
何でも最近ハマっていたらしくて何にでも塩をかけていたよ。そうか、塩をかけたのか。
It's something anyone who had experimented with cooking knows. Rika, whose grades are good, probably knows that salt activates carbonation. She gives a big nod.
でも今話したのは推論ですよね。そうね。でも私は今話したことがそう。でも証拠はない。
My amitié partners watch this interaction. Realizing that I can't avoid it, I bring up the novel I had seen in the room.
3日前、図書室で八重垣さんと会ったわよね。
She nods suspiciously. The Sasakis have both been hanging out with her. She denies nothing.
その時、リンゴさんは本来八重垣さんに渡すはずだった小説「銀河鉄道の夜」を譲った。そう、旧版よ。ねえリンゴさん、旧版のいい章、午後の授業は面白かったかしら。
Silence. Even she can probably figure out that my question is a trap. She exhales.
試すなんて嫌ですね。一章の題は違う。
If you weren't familiar with the story, you might think that the trap that I was setting up was that the name of the chapter was wrong.
銀
However,
河鉄道の夜は 宮沢賢治の手により4回の改変が加えられた。現在よく私たちが目にするのは最終項と呼ばれる第4次項、いわゆる審判。そして私がリンゴさんに手渡したのは旧版と呼ばれる第3次項。そして第3次項旧版と第4次項審判の明確な違いは4章ケンタウル祭から始まるの。なぜ存在しない1章をあると言ったのかしら。
Perhaps my Amitié partners haven't figured it out yet, since they still look confused. To them, this must just seem like I'm quizzing her on her knowledge of books. However, this is the decisive moment. It's something Ringo ought to know. I say the name of the girl who is hanging her head in silence. It's Ichigo!
そろそろ終わりにしましょう、いちごさん。
何を？
As they watch me in bewilderment, I go over to Ringo and take a handkerchief from my pocket and wipe the corner of her eye. Yeah, we could have done this ages ago! I wipe away the foundation, revealing one more cute little mole. The one with 2 moles under her right eye is Ichigo Sasaki. She smiles at us, still silent, everything about her exactly like Ringo, except for the mole.
バレちゃった。
Ichigo says breezily, without malice, as Rika and Mayuri just stare at her speechless.
でもすごいよね。よく気づいたね、スオちゃん。
Not really, because we kind of figured that at some point, once twins were involved in this story, that there was gonna be some fuck shit pulled at some point with them. I'm just glad it's out of the way now. I wish you would have done it much, much, much sooner, though, because this was such a dumb diversion.
今まであった違和感をすべてさらってみたら分かったの。
That all it took?
決定的だったのはお塩と、それと私が温室に来たのを考えたらわかるでしょ。塩のスパイスボトルを持っているのは私だものね。ここが分かったってことはあれも読んだんだ。
My Amitié partners finally seem to have recovered as their expressions change from blank to suspicious at this new puzzle.
今まで得た違和感をさらっていたら、佐々木さんたちの部屋で今までしていなかったのに急にしたことがあったの。それで、ああ、連絡を取り合っていたのはこれだなって分かったのよ。
連絡？ああ、そうね。私たちは隅から隅まで学院を探して
Obviously
いたわ。
not thoroughly enough.
連絡を取り合っていなかったら見つかってしまうものね。でも手紙なんて書いたら
証拠を残してしまう。それに手紙でやり取りする暇はなかったはずだ。ただでさえずっと私たちと一緒だったじゃないか。
ええ、連絡を取ろうにも怪しまれずに部屋に戻るには授業が終わり自由行動になってから。でもそれではクラスメートはみんな寮に戻っている。たくさんの目があるのに危険を冒すはずがないわ。
Boy, this is a real long explanation for a real dumb trick, dude.
反面授業で誰もいない時に部屋に手紙を置いていくにしても、今は私たちと行動している。不意に部屋に寄って見つかるとも限らない。そうなんだよ。だから子供の頃にやっていた遊びで代用していたんだ。
Ichigo sighs, and I tell my Amitié partners, who still look puzzled, what was off.
今までしなかった行為を順に思い出していくの。すると今日の夜森の探索をした後、佐々木さんの部屋に集まっ私たちにお茶を出してくれる前に
She closed the curtains.
炭酸水を入れてくれる前。
ああ、そうか、なるほど。私も子供の頃
Exactly. She was sending
窓に
messages.
落書きをしてスパイごっこをした。
Rika claps her hands, finally figuring it out, thanks to Mayuri's
季
words.
節柄ちょうど良かったんだよね。夜はまだ肌寒いし、 絶好のホワイトボードだった。でもね、今日は夜になってから3人急に部屋に上がったでしょ。寒かった室内が私たちの体温で窓が曇って
文字が浮かび上がってしまった。だから急にカーテンを閉めたのね。
Rika's cheeks flush with excitement as she looks from me to Ichigo.
部屋に上がったのは悪かったけど。
After putting the pieces of the puzzle together in the bath and figuring out who the culprit was, I had gone to the Sasaki's room to find out what was off. When I breathed on the window hidden by the curtains, I found a message indicating the time to come to the greenhouse.
そろそろ姿を見せてほしい。心配していたのよ。だね。出てきてよ、リンゴ。どうも私たちの負けみたいだ。
She appears suddenly from between the hedges.
ごめん、スオちゃん。
Is this the real Ringo Sasaki? It is the real Ringo Sasaki.
リンゴさん、
We have good reason to stare. After all, we thought we were looking for Ichigo this whole time, even though we seemed to have swapped places right before our eyes.
今日の
Ichigo pulls out a bread that we'd smelled when we first came into the greenhouse and gives it to Ringo. Rika, Mayuri, and I watch, frozen as Ringo
なん
accepts.
でこんなバカな真似をしたの？私たちをからかうため？
Yeah, this is real stupid.
リンゴはただ協力してくれただけだよ。発案者は私。理由ね。
ああ、ここまで私たちを振り回してくれたんだからな。
Seeing her stern countenance, a strange smile flits across Ichigo's face, but she immediately wipes it off and scratches her head.
理由はね、ざっくり言うと、この学院に飽きたんだ。
Uh-huh.
飽きた？
だってそうでしょ。入ったばかりの頃は新しい生活でワクワクしたけど、落ち着いたらなんもない
I
森
mean,
の
she got
中
a
だよ。
point. It do be kind of boring here.
授業が終わったって遊びに行く場所もない。携帯だって持ち込めないし。
Co-signed it to the worst
テレビ
fate.
も見られない。
Girl's like, please kick me out of here. I just want
退
out.
屈でたまらない。
そんなことは分かっていたことだろ？
そうだね、知っていたよ。でもいざ始まったらってやつさ。この2ヶ月で辞めていったクラスメイトの気持ちがわかるよ。家に帰れるのは夏休みだけ。それもたった数日だよ。こんなものは牢獄と変わらない。
Alright.
だから計画したの。消えたふりをして搬入に来た車に忍び込んで。
So you were really gonna go for it, huh? For her, this is a place she wants to go home. There's a place she wants to go home to. A place with family.
リカちゃんも黙っているけど、そう思うでしょ。思わないわけないよね。
Yeah, that's...
私は
It must be lovely. A loving family who will take you back without a word. Even if her return would disappoint their expectations, they would welcome her back with open arms.
スオさん。
My MTA partner blinks behind her glasses, staring at me in surprise. I touch my cheek, wondering if I'm making a strange face.
泣いて。
The cold I feel on my fingertips, no, the faint warmth I feel, is a tear that has trickled down my cheek. She holds her chest and lowers her eyes. As though in shock, I smile at her.
悲しくて泣いたわけじゃないの。ただ帰れる家がある佐々木さんが羨ましくて。無事で本当によかった。
I say these words from my heart, and Ichigo crumples to the ground, still holding her chest. Ringo, who is holding her sister, speaks.
初めはいちご姉の言う通りに思っていた。
そうちゃんが本当に心配して探してくれるのを見て、私はごめんって。
I say the words that have welled up inside me to the twins who are hanging their heads in shame.
いいのよ。だって
To put this into words takes all the courage I have. These are words that I can never say because I'm too embarrassed, too nervous, and don't have the confidence. But right now, I can say them. No, I must say them.
だって友達じゃない。
そうちゃん、私たちのことは友達だって。あんなにひどいことをしたのに、友達だって言ってくれるの？
そうよ。私は勝手にそう思っている。だからもういいの。友達だからこそ不安だったし怒っていたけれど、でも許したいの。
They call my name and embrace me, crying. Their bodies are so warm that I am warmed to the core.
スオさんに免じて許すことにしますか。これはもう仕方ないね。リッカ。
ええ、そうね。というか、
何？
私スオさんに友達って言われてない。
Everybody wanna be friends! Just do it! Get it over with! Get friend married! Yes, I should have said the words earlier. If I keep my inner thoughts hidden and don't express them in words or actions, they won't understand. So I'll say it. Say the word friend without getting all worked up. Like it is the most obvious thing in the world. What are we doing? A chapter break? All right, chapter break, and then we'll call it.
大きな株という
There's a Russian folktale called The Giant Turnip.
大きくなりすぎた株を
There is a turnip so large that nobody can pull it from the ground.
おじいさんがおばあ
Until an old man calls over an old woman, who in turn calls over her grandson, and he calls over his dog.
協力し合うことの大切
The moral of the folktale is the importance of cooperation. However, the story abruptly ends once they pull out the turnip.
抜いた後の株は
What happens to the turnip afterward?
協力してくれたもの
Would they divide it up amongst themselves?
料理を振る舞ってあげ
Would they serve it up as a meal for everyone?
物語は
The story ends by preaching the joy of everyone working together, but
現実は
in reality, the story would continue on and on after
し
that.
くも続くこれから始まるのは
What starts now is what follows the epilogue.
永遠に続く
The start of the ordinary days that stretch on forever. Oh, damn! Take me. Maybe things will start heating up. That's sad. That's a very provocative title. But, of course, we will go ahead and call things there. So yeah, I'm a bit frustrated with how all of that played out. I don't think that... Again, my issue is that I don't understand how if there's somebody missing, like that is the first thing I would do if I suspected a friend of mine was missing, is that I would literally try and find somebody that can help, especially like if I'm that young. And I don't know how an incident like that doesn't go investigated by adults at what sounds, like a pretty prestigious school where very well-to-do and affluent people are sending their their very precious daughters. Yeah, like I get what they were going for there, and I think that it's sweet that we arrived at that conclusion. I just hate that the characters had to basically be written to be complete dumbasses, and that the world had to be contrived into making no sense at all. That we had to do all that to get there. That's really like the lowest point of this game for me so far. Yeah, I'm really disappointed with what they did there. And like, if I didn't feel that these characters were still pretty strong, I think that like that would definitely be somewhere where I stopped playing for a few days and said, all right, are we pulling the ripcord on this and just not bothering? Because like, I feel if the writing is going to dip into being that bad and that contrived, it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's not worth it, but we'll see going forward. We're going to at least ride this one out and see where things go. Hopefully we kind of end up, you know, making some actual progress. I feel like the Mayuri storyline is kind of lagging now. And I feel like that's the only thing we have left to really touch on. So hopefully we're going to go there and find out more about what's going on with her. So yeah. Wow, this one ended up being really long, didn't it? Anyway, thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you have a nice rest of your whatever. We'll catch you next time. Bye!